Imagine feeding the kids.
The I-Team tonight still digging into a local nonprofit that is no longer fulfilling its promise to feed thousands of students every school day. Last night, here on this newscast, we introduced you to Hunger Busters, a longtime charity that delivered meals to some Dallas ISD schools. Andrea Lucia, as you can see, back with us here again tonight. And you and the team discovered at some point the delivery stopped.
Yeah, and that's what we have been trying to figure out. How did no one notice that thousands of deliveries had stopped? And where is all the money going now?
November 2025. Social media videos show a black tie event co-hosted by Dallas City Councilman Chad West at the Hilton Anatole. Tickets were $400 each, with a charity auction, cigar bar, and swag bags. Meet the Chefs is the signature fundraiser for Hunger Busters, a gala the group says has previously helped raise $250,000 in one night. The event was one of several fundraisers held last year under the leadership of CEO Latane Phillips to help Hunger Busters make and deliver brown bag meals to 3,500 Dallas ISD students at the end of every school day. But an I-Team investigation revealed those deliveries are not happening. So when did they stop? Dallas ISD records show a formal agreement to accept meals was in place in early 2020 before COVID shut down schools and disrupted operations. Hunger Busters' social media posts appear to show at least some deliveries resumed, with sandwiches being made up until April 2024, though it's unclear where they went. Photos of volunteers since then show only cookies and brownies, no sandwiches, and no brown bags.
Does the school get food donations from Hunger Busters? They don't donate.
The schools Phillips claimed to be feeding last year said they didn't receive them. When Phillips wouldn't answer our questions via email, we went to his house.
I was looking for Mr. Phillips.
We don't have any, he's not here.
You don't have anyone named Mr. Phillips here?
He's not here. How did you hear about him?
Well, I've been looking into Hunger Busters and had questions about it.
Yeah, go to Hunger Busters.
When we returned to the building on Sylvan Avenue an hour later,
I don't want to.
He didn't want to interview. We asked him directly, when did the meal deliveries stop? He said about a year ago. When we asked for a more specific time frame, he told us he wasn't sure. His only explanation was that the feeding model had changed to support after-school organizations and churches, but he wouldn't name any of them. Dee Baker Amos has led the Hunger Busters board for the last 3 years.
When the model shifted and changed, I am not aware of the details of that.
But you're the board chair. Mm-hmm. How do you not know?
So I think that that's a really good question. And I will tell you that as the board chair, I should know. And as the board chair, I should be privy to the details around the operations. I should be privy to the financials and the revenue. And the fact that I don't know is a problem for me.
She pushed back against the idea that Hunger Busters isn't serving food at all, but admitted that the board was focused more on fundraising and strategy, not the day-to-day operations.
Where did the money go if it wasn't going to daily meals?
So your comment from Latane about the food not being for a whole year, this is the first time I've heard that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not aware that we've not been feeding anybody for a full year. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Amos said the board is in talks right now about the current state of the nonprofit and where it goes from here.
Does Latane Phillips have a future at Hunger Busters?
I think that's a part of our query right now. And I think that that is a reasonable question. Here's what I will say about Latane Phillips and the person that I know. He has a passion for the work that we do. He is a really smart guy, and I will tell you that I have not one time prior to this questioned whether or not the way he was leading and how he was leading was the right thing.
Well, Amos was set to retire as board chair last month, but has stayed on to help Hunger Busters navigate its future. As for the food she mentioned giving away, the group did hand out turkeys during the holidays, and Viola's House, the nonprofit that helps pregnant women, told us it occasionally receives food from them as well. But that doesn't account for at least $170,000 in grants and donations that the organization received last year. Then there is the lawsuit that we mentioned last night. Another nonprofit claims Phillips accepted $116,000 in grant money, then lied about how it was used. He has denied those claims.
Have you, along the way, in any way, shape, or form, been able to figure out just how in the world the nonprofit is spending the money, if it's being spent anywhere?
Right. I mean, we've definitely tried to figure that out. We tried looking at tax filings known as 990s, but the last one for Hunger Busters that was posted by the IRS is from 2021, before Phillips took over as CEO. Federal law does require nonprofits to provide 990s to anyone who asks, and we have asked multiple times, but we are still waiting.
It sounds like we're still waiting.
Still waiting.
We took the words right out. Yeah. Very interesting look, and needed answers, and we got at least a few, maybe more to come.